Good morning, everyone. Teresa Nikas here. I'll be your host for today's Quiet Echo episode, The Story Wrote Without Words. I want to tell you about a book I received for Christmas. And about a man on the other side of the world who's never written a word but who might be the most powerful author I've encountered this year. The book is called The Power of Authors. It's by Evan and Lois Swensen, and someone who knows me well left it under the tree. I've been reading it all week, a chapter at a time, and it's changed how I see the news. The argument is simple, but it goes deep. Every person has the power to shape the world through what they create, what they write, what they say, what they do. Authors don't just record history. They make it. And the stories we tell, and the stories we live, carry moral weight. We're responsible for what our words and deeds put into the world. I was thinking about that this morning while reading an interview with a man named Ahmed al-Ahmed. 2 weeks ago, during a Hanukkah celebration at Bondi Beach in Sydney, 2 gunmen opened fire on a crowd of Jewish families. 15 people were killed. Dozens more were wounded. It was Australia's worst terrorist attack in decades. And in the middle of that horror, a 43-year-old fruit seller, a Syrian immigrant, a Muslim, a father of 2 little girls, watched it unfold from behind a parked car. He saw people dying. He saw a gunman reloading. And something in him said, "Move." He ran toward the gunfire. He tackled the shooter from behind. He wrestled the weapon away. He was shot multiple times in the arm by a second gunman, but he didn't let go until the gun was out of the terrorist's hands. This morning, CBS News published his first interview. And what he said stopped me cold. My target was just to take the gun from him. And to stop him from killing a human being's life, and not killing innocent people. I know I saved lots, but I feel sorry for the lost. He didn't think about religion. He didn't calculate the politics. A Muslim man saw Jewish families being murdered, and his conscience, his father's word, pushed him forward. He thought he might die. He went anyway. That's authorship. Not with ink. With everything he had. Swensens make a point in The Power of Authors that has stayed with me all week. The stories that matter most aren't always written in books. They're written in the choices we make when no one's watching. Or when everyone's watching, and the stakes are highest. Every life is a narrative. And we're all responsible for what our chapter contributes to the larger story. Ahmed al-Ahmed wrote a chapter that crossed every boundary the world uses to divide us. Syrian and Australian. Muslim and Jewish. Immigrant and native-born. In a moment of terror, none of that mattered. What mattered was that innocent people were dying, and he could do something about it. His father told reporters that Ahmed's conscience and soul compelled him to act. His cousin said he thought he was going to die, but moved anyway without discriminating based on religion or nationality, because we are all human beings. That's the power of authors. Not just the people who put words on pages. The people who write with their lives. When Ahmed received a $2.5 million donation from grateful strangers around the world, he asked quietly, "Do I deserve it?" Then he said, "Be together, all human beings, and forget the bad to save lives." Simple words. But backed by action that proved he meant them. I think about what I do here at Cedar Valley News. I put words on a page. I try to make sense of headlines. I try to help readers see current events through values that matter: faith, family, responsibility, common sense. But Ahmed al-Ahmed reminded me this morning that the most powerful stories aren't the ones we write about. They're the ones we live. And that's what the power of authors has been teaching me all week. That authorship isn't just for people with publishing contracts. It's for all of us. Every day, we're writing something with our choices, our courage, our willingness to act when it costs us something. The question isn't whether we'll write a story. We're already writing one. The question is what kind of story it will be. Ahmed al-Ahmed wrote his on a beach in Sydney, with his body and his blood. He wrote a story about courage, about conscience. about what it means to see another human being regardless of faith or nation and decide their life is worth risking your own. That story will outlast all of us. Here's my question for you this morning, Cedar Valley. As we step into the last days of this year, what story are you writing? Thanks for listening. I'm Teresa Nikas, and I think you'll see a change for the better in Quiet Echo, judging from what I learned from the power of authors. Quiet Echo will be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open.